Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video where I actually teach you educational information instead of teaching you how to slack off during class. But hey, check that video out if you haven't. But today we're talking about the Special Olympics. Now you might ask, why Ethan are you talking about such an educational topic all of a sudden? Well, today is July the 20th, which is of course Special Olympics Day. So to celebrate that, I'm going to be teaching you a little bit more about this special day. But before we start, hey, quick pop quiz. What's the most popular sporting event that started off as being a ritual to kind of please the gods and had naked men running around as a major part of the event, and no one won anything except for a olive crown? Yes. The Olympics, an event with literally over 2,000 years of history, and in which thousands of athletes from all over the world come together to compete with each other in various events of sport. Now, the Olympics has faced many challenges, but it also overcame wars, conflicts between countries, politics, economical crisis, also known as knots, thongs, and racism. Olympics is an event that overcomes differences overall and just brings people together in the name of sports. But what happens when the differences between people make it hard to even do sports in the first place? Well, in that case, you have the Paralympics and the Special Olympics. The Special Olympics were founded around the Kennedy Foundation, founded by Eunice Kennedy Shriver, with the goal of helping children with physical and intellectual disabilities. The Kennedy Foundation, they started the first Special Olympics held in Chicago, Illinois on July 20th of 1968, which is today. So that's why it's Special Olympics Day, July 20th. After this, the Special Olympics Committee gained more traction, and now it is recognized and endorsed by the official International Olympics Committee, and competitions are being held almost every single day, with a wide range of competitions and events. But the Special Olympics still differ from other Olympic events, as the World Games don't happen on the same year as the other events. Another thing that is special is that there are Special Olympics unified sports teams, in which there are athletes who are people with intellectual disabilities and partners, players without intellectual disabilities. They all come together and compete on the same team. This is called a unified team. They follow this principle of meaningful involvement, which emphasizes values such as unity, equality, participation, safety, compassion, and respect in 6 important points. These are all values that are emphasized by the Special Olympics Committee, and as their mission from the official mission page of the Special Olympics website is to quote, "Through the power of sports, people with intellectual disabilities discover new strengths and abilities, skills, and success. Our athletes find joy, confidence, and fulfillment on a playing field and in life." This message of inclusion and acceptance can be seen through the 3 different sport models for unified teams: the recreational model, the competition model, and of course the player development model. All of them, while being different, share the idea that partners and athletes need to work together, with the recreational model being a little different and focused on entertainment and exploring new games. These models and the mission of Special Olympics has truly been far spread, and I have also had the chance to participate in a unified sports team and in charity Special Olympics events. For example, I remember being temporarily part of the unified sports team recreational model for half a semester. We had the opportunity to go to a nearby special school where we got to know the athletes, and they invited us to a game of bocce. No idea how to pronounce this word. According to Google Translate, it's bocce. But anyways, it was a huge amount of fun getting to know so many different personalities, and the games themselves was funny. It was entertaining too. After the event, we went back to create our own games, as we were so inspired by those athletes who tried so hard at the games and were so good at bocce despite having, obviously, those intellectual disabilities and unfavorable condition. So we went back to create our own games and invited the athletes to come and try them out. It was really an experience, as seeing them try their hardest, despite obviously having difficulties and distractions, truly shows the spirit and power of sports, and also the willingness and dedication of these Special Olympics athletes. Another event I participated in, and was also really popular, is Swim for Love, where swimmers and other swimmers with intellectual disabilities, they come together to swim in the same pool. In addition, for every lap that a swimmer does, a certain amount of money is donated to the cause of intellectual disabilities. Now, as a swimmer, I obviously really enjoy the challenge of swimming those kilometers, but what is more important perhaps is the joy of knowing that this challenge eventually ends up helping someone in a positive way. And seeing those other athletes with intellectual disabilities absolutely try their hardest despite their conditions is truly heartwarming and encouraging as well. You can see the magic of sports from these events and inspires other people to also push themselves despite their conditions. So the message that I'm trying to say is to participate in these events. As many of you know, COVID has heavily restricted the amount of sporting facilities and coaches and just the total amount of physical activities that we have. Now imagine that, but for Special Olympics athletes. Now, unified teams have less and less athletes participating in them, and therefore the unified teams now more than ever require more volunteers and more people to go to their events to help those athletes. And that's where you come in, right? You can participate and help these wonderful, amazing athletes go at it, at their talent, and at the same time, you can also have a blast of a day. You can just get to know these athletes, get to know a new sport, and just completely enjoy yourself. Best of all, it's mostly free to join, and you're just knowing that you're helping a great cause. So I highly encourage you all to go join these events, and if you can't, you can always donate to their causes. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, learned a little more about the Special Olympics, and maybe even inspired to try the Special Olympic events out for yourself. But that's it. Thank you for checking out my channel. Subscribe and like, and props to those Special Olympics athletes, and thank you for watching as well.